says he's open to using the U.S. military to potentially seize the Panama Canal and Greenland as well, which is part of Denmark. Sources close to Trump say he's very serious about this. What's your reaction to that?
Well, this is typical bluster from the president-elect. This obsession with Greenland and Panama really came out of nowhere and has been filled with mistruths and misunderstandings. I don't understand why this president is so committed at a time of global instability, of fostering more instability globally, of undermining our allies, and at the same time diverting the attention of our federal government toward issues like invading Greenland or Panama, while we should be focused on bringing down costs facing workers, retirees, and families here in this country. That's what our focus should be on. If this president's serious about an America First agenda, he should be focused on domestic economic issues, not some weird obsession with invading Greenland or Panama.
Speaker Johnson, the House Speaker, is looking to put Trump's legislative priorities in one large bill. How do you think Democrats should approach this?
Well, what's clear is that the Trump tax bill from 2017 was really just an effort to line the pocket of the wealthy by giving table scraps to working people to distract from the fact that they were really just slashing taxes for wealthy individuals and corporations. And their attempt here to double down on that is exactly why Democrats will oppose this new Trump tax bill. Look, we want to make permanent the tax cuts for the middle class, but we shouldn't be exploiting the deficit and utilizing those small tax cuts for working people to really line the pockets of Donald Trump's billionaire friends who now populate his administration. And so we have to be crystal clear about what they're trying to do. Give us a tax bill that keeps the tax cuts on for working people. We'll support that. But put forward a bill that gives table scraps to working people while really exploiting the deficit and focusing in on cutting taxes for wealthy individuals and paying for that by cutting programs like Social Security and Medicare. We will do everything we can to stand in the way of that type of dangerous proposal.
Before I let you go, I know you faced some attacks, some personal attacks, as the first openly transgender member of Congress, including on which restroom you're allowed to use up on Capitol Hill. You've said you're more focusing in on the issues facing your constituents. But how do you plan on working on legislation with various Republicans like Nancy Mace, for example, who personally attacked you?
Look, there are professional provocateurs parading as public officials in the Republican conference, but those are individuals who won't work with any Democrat at this point and can barely work with their own Republican colleagues. I'm used to working with people who disagree with me on some pretty fundamental issues, including issues that are near and dear to my heart personally. But that's the only way we make government work. It's the only way we have a pluralistic, diverse democracy. We have to be willing to have conversations across disagreement and, yes, seek to find common ground with people who we may disagree with on every other issue but the one before us. That's what I did in the Delaware State Senate, where nearly every bill I introduced and passed with bipartisan support, and it's how I'll continue to approach this work in Congress.
Once again, congratulations, Congresswoman, on your election.